the outcome for you is making happiness your business, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I can confirm, we did our coaching in January. I can confirm I am truly the happiest I've ever been in my life. Truly, genuinely. So success for you, Kat. You know, and yeah, honestly.
Yeah, so everyone, this is Annelies White. She is absolutely fabulous. She's a complete dynamo woman, mum of 3. And when we first encountered one another, running 5 businesses as a single mum, and she's just incredible. And so can you tell me a little bit, Annelies, about what your main challenge was before we did coaching together?
Yes, absolutely. So my main challenge is that I've always got ideas. As an entrepreneur, I've always got a new idea. I'm always alchemizing something new. And I have shiny penny syndrome. So I lose my attention pretty quickly while I jump to the next great idea. And I was feeling a bit just all over the place. And I had so many exciting opportunities on the table, and I wanted to do everything, but I wasn't able to give the right time and attention to everything. And so I needed to really decide where I needed to put my focus. But that did not come without resistance, did it, Kat?
It's so true. But then, like you say, when you're full of ideas and inspiration, that's, you know, there are fantastic ideas in there, and it's just about which ones you choose to run with. And if you're trying to run with them all, then, you know, you're able to sort of push each one of them forward a little bit. Whereas if you're focusing on one, you know, one thing, then or very, you know, a few things, but ideally just the one, and then you can push it a long way. And so what opportunity did you see that inspired you to choose me?
Well, I've known you for a long time, of course. Throughout the lockdown, we did the yoga together every morning. You know, I think you're a wonderful businesswoman, and you're very organized, and I love your route. And I can be quite chaotic in my methods when I'm alchemizing, and I needed your groundedness to really pull my feet down to ground, because I've got no one else around me to do that. So it's just me with all these thoughts and ideas, and it was great to have you go, okay, that's a brilliant idea. How's it going to work? You know, play it forward. Because I do have these brainstorms with myself, but it's not the same, because I talk myself into doing it anyway, because I get excited. So I needed the cat voice of reason, and that's what you gave me.
Oh, thank you, Annelies. That's the thing. I love your energy. It's completely magnetic, and I love that. You know, through that energy, you inspire teams of people to follow you and follow your ideas. And that's what great entrepreneurs do. You know, that's what great leaders do. And it is so much about not tearing yourself in lots of directions, and so that you can show up for yourself and not feel that sense of chaoticness. And believe me, I've been there, and it's lovely to hear kind of your impression of me, because, you know, we all have that inner impression of ourselves and the way that we show up. And so I've definitely experienced that feeling of chaoticness and scatteredness, and I think that's what led me to really work in this area, is because really, when you're looking at becoming successful and being the best that you can be, it's so much about simplifying the message and the focusing the attention. So what changed in yourself and in your life and business as a result of our coaching program?
Well, I decided to take your advice. So Kat, you'll remember our journey. You every week very patiently encouraged me to focus on one thing, Annelies, not 6. You always told me, whilst you're a very powerful woman, no human being can focus on growing 6 brands and raising 3 kids. It's not possible. And of course, at first I resisted and said, I can, of course I can. But then over time, I realized, actually, no, and it wasn't so much about which one would be the most successful first, which is where I would have gone before in business, which one is going to earn first, which one is going to work successfully. It became more about which one is going to feed my soul. That's what it became for me. And that's what this whole year has been. This whole year has been changing my mindset from a success outcome, what I perceive to be success, to a soul outcome. And so a happiness outcome. And And I've been allowing opportunities to come to me, and I've been allowing my heart to choose and not my head, which I've never done in my whole life. And I've been having some of the most unbelievable opportunities come my way. And they've mostly been in the dance world. So some of the other stuff I've paused. So I'm still working on a lot of the other stuff, property stuff and the investment stuff. I did take on another business, but I'm, being very disciplined with how much time I put in there. And that's in trading and educating trading. But that's because I do need to have leverage with a business that I can take online and do from anywhere in the world. Because as you know, my eventual goal is time freedom and geographical freedom. But yeah, so I've really been focusing pretty much 90% on the dance companies and growing the different sides of those. And some of the opportunities coming my way, it's a blessing. It's a true blessing. Yeah. But I'm really happy, really happy. And that was the whole point. For me, it was more about a successful outcome in business. It wasn't about happiness. I know that's your outcome in coaching, but that's what I've achieved. And it's just unbelievable. I just need to lower my blind.
Oh, amazing. Annelies, I'm so excited to hear that. That's so wonderful. And everyone, this is the first time I've heard Annelies was saving this up for you guys and to share it now. Yeah, amazing, amazing. I'm so excited. And, let's go to that feeling of sort of what's possible, because I genuinely feel like you can make anything possible. It's just about how, it's about how quickly and effectively you manifest when the focus and attention is in one intentional area, and the speed that the universe begins to show up. Once you choose, providence moves. So now you've chosen the dance, then providence has moved. Can you tell us a bit more about some of those opportunities, or are you in a position to be able to?
I will, but what I want to say first of all is what I've realized is when you're alchemizing and manifesting, what's coming true is only what's come from a place of true authenticity. That's what I've realized. So you could be manifesting lots of opportunities, but if your heart is not in alignment with those opportunities, there's going to be roadblocks, big roadblocks. And I've had that my whole life, and I've fought through those roadblocks. But in hindsight, some of those opportunities weren't right for me. And that's the difference, deciphering what's right for your path and what's probably more feeding ego. Some of the opportunities I was trying to push before, I think were more feeding my ego. And I've had to really recognize what's ego and what's a heart space.
It's so key to identify that. So, and how do you feel about when you're making a decision from the heart?
Yeah.
It's scarier, right?
Much scarier. It's a bigger risk.
Yeah, so much. And do you find that all the sort of, unworthiness and fears and all those inner self-talk aspects that you maybe push down when you're getting along with the yang kind of action dynamo power woman, and they come up and you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, this isn't part of how I do day-to-day life, but they come up anyway. It's the closer you get to a business that is truly aligned with the heart.
Definitely. And it's really, we talked a lot about coming from a place of feminine energy and not masculine energy, because, I've always lived from a place of masculine energy. I'm a doer. I always get things done. I guess I'm quite controlling in business and everything else. But that hasn't served my heart well. I want to be able to be feminine in everything I do, but it's a much more vulnerable space to work from, much more vulnerable, but it's essential. It's essential.
Yeah, you were working a lot on balancing the yin and the yang, or the masculine and feminine, or the sun and the moon aspects, that sort of action and receptivity, and that sort of linear direction, and the sort of more spiral web approach that is reflective. That's the feminine, that sort of web of connection and of networks, and it's multifaceted, and the yang is that more sort of going in that one direction. And you were working a lot on balancing that. And so do you feel that now within your business you feel that balance is being reflected back
definitely
in what you're doing?
Definitely, because I'm in a place of receiving, and not chasing and going for things. I'm receiving. I know I'm open to opportunity. I know what my authentic self wants from my future, and I'm receiving the opportunities. Whereas before I would be chasing opportunities because I thought that was how I was meant to show up in business, always chasing the next opportunity. But
and have you found then that those opportunities have come up much more easily now?
Much more easily, and from directions I would never have considered.
Amazing. It's all about focusing on the what rather than the how, isn't it? Because the how manifests itself. Yeah, so interesting. Wow, I love it. I've got my hair tingling here. Just
Great. It's
thinking
been an
about
amazing year. It's been a very painful year to go through the journey of really changing the way you show up in life, and opening and being vulnerable with your soul and your heart in ways you haven't before. And this is in all aspects of life. And that's a painful process, but it's been life-changing.
Well, that's one thing, isn't it? Because actually when we go through that breakthrough time, it is shedding skin, isn't it? It's shedding the ways of being, the ways of showing up, and the ways that we have been protecting, and showing up in a new way. So initially, yeah, hugely vulnerable, but wow, so rewarding, it sounds. And so how did your life and business look after our coaching program, and now we're
different in terms of priorities and time that's going into them. So I had lots of projects on the burner, as you know. Some of them, none of them I'm getting rid of, but I'm just changing the priority of which ones get my attention the most. And not understanding that I don't have to do them all now. And I remember clearly you telling me this, and I said, no, Kat, I need to do all of them because I have a plan. My plan is I need to have this one executed by this time, this one, and I wouldn't budge from that. And I struggled for months and that's ego. That was my ego. I struggled for months with allowing myself to understand that not executing in the time that I had put in for myself is not weakness or failure. And I struggled with that concept. I thought, if I don't get this off the ground and have the expectation from it that I've set for myself, I've failed. That's a big, big, big thing that I had to get over psychologically.
Well, it sounds like you've chosen with your soul and heart and alignment and purpose, and that it's just taken a while for things to assimilate and integrate into your way of being. And that is completely normal. That's okay. That's totally okay. It's got to be your choice. It's got to be a willing stepping into a direction rather than being pushed or, feeling any element of force. Nothing could be forced. It's always got to be your choice. And it's so magical to hear now, a time later that has assimilated for you in a way that feels really authentic and aligned and positive. And I can feel your energy from here. It's amazing.
And I just remember the outcome for you is making happiness your business, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I can confirm, we did our coaching in January. I can confirm I am truly the happiest I've ever been in my life. Truly, genuinely. So success for you, Kat. Honestly.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, Annelies, you've done the work. You've poured your heart and soul into that, and you can really feel it. And I'm so happy to hear you say that. That's so wonderful. Is there a highlight story that you'd like to share that comes to mind?
Oh goodness, a highlight story. Well, I can't say. I wish I could. I'm not in a position to say yet. There will be a highlight story. But all I can say is watch this space, because there are some very, very exciting things on the horizon for 2022.
Oh, I love it.
Big things. Big things. I'm not at liberty to say yet because there's contractual things happening, but very exciting. And I will share my story once I can. And then we can, you can kind of share that, because exceptionally exciting things are happening.
Oh, great, Annelies. Oh, I can't wait. And what would you say to somebody who was wondering whether or not to book coaching with me to book the Burnout Recovery Yoga Pathway? Sorry, pardon? Absolutely
do it. I think you have to be of a certain mindset to invest in yourself in this way. And I think there's a certain people that will invest heavily in themselves in terms of coaching and personal development. But I think there's a lot of people that don't really understand the benefits of investing in their own growth. And it's absolutely limitless. It's absolutely limitless. And I think the benefit for people is to take away any kind of investment that they have to make and look at the outcome that they're going to receive. So it's, you know, it's compartmentalizing the gain for the cost. What's it going to cost them in terms of time and everything else, but look at the potential gain. Because let's be real, it's hard to do this on your own. It's hard to achieve a goal completely alone.
Actually, we can't see our blind spots, can we?
Yeah.
It's, you know, you can have an absolutely flash, beautiful car, but there's still a blind spot.
Yeah. And like you say, it's stuff that you might not even recognize in yourself. That you need a third party or an objective eye to say, have you thought about this?
And actually the cost of not investing in yourself, you know, the cost of staying in the same place mentally, emotionally, and battling on your own can be pretty much fatal. You know, it can be fatal to ideas, and it can be fatal to confidence and self-esteem, because if you're going and sort of churning the mill and things aren't working, then that has its impact over time. So the investment, you know, the cost financially, if you weigh that up with the emotional and mental cost of not doing it and staying in the same place versus making changes and shifts, and as you say, becoming the most aligned and happy you've ever been in your life. I mean, wow, that's a fantastic result right there. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, but it is an investment in your time and financially. It's an investment. It's an investment in yourself. And you know, if you're not investing in yourself, where are you going? You know, if you're not growing, you're dying. Where are you going? This is the thing, Kat. No one else is going to invest in you. No one's going to take you there. No one's going to get you up in the morning. No one's going to get your ideas written down in a book. No one's going to do it for you. So it's up to us to seek whatever resources we need to get there.
Yeah, that's it. And seeks the support and community and coaching support. And I mean, I'd certainly, I had a moment of realization within myself in looking for coaches. And I feel like that is an evolutionary process to get to the point where you're ready for coaching. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking for clients who are ready, who want to make that step and invest in themselves and see the value actually that has with personal relationships, with you know, partners, friends, families, colleagues, teammates. You know, it's the investment in investing yourself does spill over. The ripple effect is huge, because once we start to show up more for ourselves, then we start to show up for others. You know, we can only meet others as deeply as we've met ourselves. And
the fact of the matter is this: the majority of successful people in the world have a coach, have a mentor. That's the fact. That's the fact of it, the reality of it. And I think there are still a lot of people who allow ego to get in the way and say, I don't need anyone to help me. I can do this myself. The majority of successful people have a coach and a mentor. It's as simple as that.
Amazing. Thanks, Annelies, so much. So in 15 hours time, doors are going to be closed. That's midnight Friday today. So if you want to hop on board the Burnout Recovery Yoga Pathway, the focus is on getting you into a state of brilliance, and so that you can show up in your life and business fully, authentically, empowered and in alignment with your purpose, and give you the tools that you need to bounce back so that you can respond to your trigger behaviors and to moments that would have knocked you down with these empowered tools and practices in your pocket, ready, so that you can take control of your emotional, mental, and spiritual state, and you can start to show up as the best version of yourself so that you can truly achieve your dreams. And that's why I am here. I'm absolutely over the moon at the potential of working with you. So click that button right now and hop on board. I can't wait to see you on the other side. Remember that we have a bunch of bonuses I was talking about yesterday. We've got the Yoga Foundations bundle. We've got the Mindset Mastery bundle. And so I will throw that in as long as you book before tonight at midnight. So just hop on that right now and follow your heart, and I will see you on the other side. Amazing. Thanks, Annelies, so much. It's been absolutely beautiful to see your face and to share this time with you. And thanks everyone who's been live with us. If you pop comments down, once we come off air, I shall check those comments and make sure I answer your questions. And Annelies, thanks so much for your time. Super, super love to
So
you.
welcome, my darling. You're so welcome.
Nice.
Lovely to see you.
You too. Have a great day. Lots of love.
Bye, darling. Bye.